Welcome to CTV News Your Canada. It's Wednesday, September 24th. We'll bring you profiles of fascinating Canadians and stories about your community. Thanks for watching.
Craig Campbell and his dog Knight are inseparable, but in May of 2024, that almost changed in the shock of their lives.
And I said to myself, I'm about to die.
Campbell was hiking along this trail northwest of Cochrane, a quiet wooded area bordered by nearby farms, when suddenly he came face to face with a grizzly sow and its two cubs.
She came racing out of the bush at full speed. Everything was silent, really, except for the huffing of the bear, which was so loud.
Struggling to reach his bear spray, Campbell's 10-year-old Doberman sprang into action, leaping in front of the animal that stood more than 2 meters tall on its back legs.
Giving me time to get my bear spray out, at which point I said to myself over and over, I'm going to live, I'm going to live, I'm going to live.
The bear dropped down from its legs and returned to its cubs. The life-saving act of heroism now being recognized nationally. Knight was inducted into the Purina Animal Hall of Fame.
Pets are not just pets, they are family members. And they do these beautiful, courageous, heroic acts.
I knew I had a good dog, but it's a nice recognition.
Despite the honor, there are lessons to be learned about interactions between bears and unleashed dogs.
It generally leads to a negative encounter, not a positive one.
It's why wildlife educators encourage hikers to travel in groups and keep pets close.
And that way you've got the person who has the dog, they can keep a hold of them, keep control of them, while the other people are there able to get out their bear spray, prepared to do what they've got to do to try to get out of the situation.
But Campbell says he's grateful to be alive, now living the quiet life on Prince Edward Island with Knight. Still, he's crediting years of dog training and an unbreakable bond with man's best friend.
The best dog is the dog you have in front of you.
Mark Villani, CTV News, Calgary.
A moment of calm celebration against a backdrop of tragedy.
It was my very last photo shoot of obviously the season.
Photographer Brandy Bloxham captured these grad photos just outside Flin Flon in late May with a wall of smoke and flame raging in the background.
It was just really ironic that these kids are uncertain about their future, and then here we are, the whole town, same thing, right?
It's very surreal feeling to look at them.
Spiraling so uncontrolled in such a short amount of time.
Graduates Lexi Hines and Patrick Benoit say at the time they didn't think much of the fire, which was still relatively small.
It's so surreal to think that that tiny little fire that we thought, oh, it'd be really cool, make a really good once-in-a-lifetime opportunity photo background, it contributed to so many losses in the area.
Less than 24 hours later, the flames billowed out of control.
I was just sitting there on the couch, and then my dad runs into the house. We're being evacuated, and I'm just confused, not ready for it.
Thousands were forced to flee their homes for nearly a month as the blaze became the largest in the province, growing 7 times the size of Winnipeg. And for many on the Saskatchewan side of the border, including Bloxham, when they returned, all that was left was ash.
I'm from Danton Beach, so I lost my home. And the whole community, over 200 homes have been taken.
Which is why she says it took months for her to gather the strength to edit these photos. Yet looking at them now, as the community comes together with plans to rebuild, Bloxham says she sees something new: resilience.
The hope and the beauty, it's something beautiful in it. I don't know, I can't really explain it.
Danton, Unger, CTV News, Winnipeg.
From spicy dill pickle beef jerky to freeze-dried strawberries, food entrepreneurs from across Canada gathered in Saskatoon for the Food and Beverage Summit at Prairie Land Park, including Toronto's Emily O'Brien, the founder of Comeback Snacks.
Well, I started this company in the most unlikely of places, and that was federal prison.
While incarcerated for attempting to smuggle cocaine into Canada, O'Brien turned the popular prison snack of popcorn into a business. She joined joins hundreds of other Canadian entrepreneurs sharing stories, struggles, and strategies.
Forming new relationships, new collaborations, and seeing how creative you can get by working with others.
One of the big topics, distribution challenges and rising costs.
Packaging is going up, labels are going up, the cost of distribution is going up. Figuring out what cost increases we can absorb, what cost increases we are forced to pass on to the retailers and therefore the consumer, where we meet in the middle with that, and what the market will bear, and how do we still make a living with the cost of everything going up.
And despite inflationary pressures and cross-border trade barriers, this Saskatchewan business is seeing growing interest in buying local.
To support people like me and support farmers, producers, marketers in Saskatchewan and throughout Canada as well.
Laura Woodward, CTV News, Saskatoon.
Reimagining the idea of growth through artistic expression.
It's our annual visual arts exhibition that we host twice a year. First half is the juried exhibition, which happens in the spring, and this part is the curated portion. This year is curated by Manar Abotu.
Tending to What Remains, an exhibition by Workman Arts Being Seen 2025, is a mixed media and multidisciplinary group exhibition transforming the Queen Rust Gallery into a garden of experiences.
Different themes, but they are all much related to plants, survival, healing, historical trauma.
Showcasing artists with diverse backgrounds, the show brings together different perspectives for cultural expression.
We have two artists with a Syrian background, one Palestinian background, and another two Canadian. They're all based in Canada, between Toronto, Ottawa, Montreal.
With a mix of video, sound, woven materials, hair, wax paper, seeds, and more, the show dives into how artists grow through their lived experiences.
Just want to expand the narratives that are shared around mental health and addiction. We work with a lot of artists with lived experience, and our main goal is to kind of open the conversations and give access and opportunities to artists with lived experience.
Each piece as unique as the experience and the artist who created it. Tending to What Remains is free to attend here at Workman Arts in the Queen West neighborhood and is here until October 5th. Jessica Smith, CTV News.
This will be very special because it's in my hometown.
In just a few days, Simon Glassman will get to see a film he created on the big screen at the Garneau Theatre.
It's premiering all around the world, but here in Edmonton, to me, it's the most important because it's like so much of the film is about Edmonton, and there's so many jokes that I made specifically for people in Edmonton.
Come have a little bit of everything at Buffet Infinity.
His film, called Buffet Infinity, is made up primarily of commercials.
Like locally produced commercials, and we return to each of these commercials throughout the film, and it gets progressively, I guess, more dire as things go on.
Glassman says it's something he's been working on for years.
There's like 200 or 300 individual commercials in the movie itself, but there's got to be like 500 or 600 that have just never made it.
It's making its Edmonton debut as part of the 39th Edmonton International Film Festival. 2,400 films were submitted, but only about 140 made this year's cut.
This is a festival that loves to celebrate cinema from around the world, but one of our major focuses is on filmmakers that we grow here in our own backyard.
About 5 feature-length films and 25 short films were produced locally.
Some of our biggest screenings would be our Biff Naked screening that we have this coming Friday. That's a documentary about, obviously, this incredible, iconic Canadian singer, and we're going to have Biff Naked here at Metro Cinema to do a Q&A and acoustic performance after the film. Tickets to that are almost sold out.
Another popular local production, Last Stop Video Rentals, sold out. An encore screening was added. Buffet Infinity tickets are also going fast. It's a film the festival's art director says is unlike anything they've had before.
We think Edmonton has so many great, diverse artistic voices, but I've never seen anything quite like this from one of our filmmakers, especially taken to a feature length in the way that he did. The best way to describe it would be you're watching the world come to an end, but you're on the TV Guide channel.
The festival runs September 25th to October 4th. Amanda Anderson, CTV News, Edmonton.
Ryan Duchaney is the first deaf staff member at St. John 23rd School in Arnprior.
I like to engage with deaf students. I'm the same as them. I'm deaf as well.
This represents an L for love.
To celebrate Tuesday's International Day of Sign Languages, Duchesne led a special event with students and staff explaining the importance of sign language.
We celebrate deaf culture, and we all celebrate together to show inclusivity and honor that within the school.
Duchesne was brought here for one specific reason, to help teach Alex, a deaf student at the school. For the parents, the impact has been overwhelming.
We were just so taken aback about how amazing the school has been with Alex and getting him essentially all the resources he needs to have the fully education process without any barriers.
They too are in the process of learning sign language in order to be able to communicate with their son.
Having Ryan at the school, teaching him ASL and modeling that language for him at school is huge. So now we need to learn a little bit faster so we can keep communicating with him at home too and reinforcing that.
The principal says recognizing sign language is essential for students and staff.
It's very important that we recognize Deaf and Hard of Hearing Month all month long, and not just for September, but throughout the year. But particularly today, International Day of Sign. It's really important for our students to see and know about sign language.
The school calls this a bilingual bicultural approach, a way to support learning in both English and sign language.
So you have the student who's following the instruction of the classroom teacher, being able to develop fluency in written and spoken language, but at the same time, simultaneously, we have the language acquisition support worker who is working with the student using American Sign Language.
For Duchesne, it's a chance to inspire change.
I'm honored and grateful for the school and the school board for actually hiring me and giving me this opportunity. My goal ultimately is to break down barriers and show that deaf people can do things.
Dave Charbonneau, CTV News.
Hi, I'm Dr. Charette, so welcome to our clinic.
Meet Dr. Yannick Charette, Wasaga Beach's newest family physician.
So we are seeing patients, but we are going to be an official primary care clinic early November.
Dr. Charette comes with more than 15 years' experience. He is the second new family physician to be hired in Wasaga Beach in the last 2 years. Residents who haven't had a family doctor for years are thrilled.
How difficult has it been to get by without a family doctor?
We have to drive. We have to drive to Brampton, where we lived before, for an hour and a half to go see a doctor. To see the family doctor, yes.
Dr. Charette practiced medicine in Sudbury before arriving in Wasaga Beach. He brings with him a wife and 4 children and says Wasaga Beach was an obvious choice for him personally and professionally.
Just our job is in demand across Ontario, but you also want to surround yourself with a good team and a good community, and I feel like Wasaga Beach is the perfect place for that.
Yeah, but we were thinking we're not going to have doctor for the next couple of years, but...
Here you are, you've got one.
Yeah, I know.
The town says it's been focused on attracting new physicians for years. It's one of its biggest priorities. The mayor says more are needed.
We have a $100,000 incentive that we offer doctors over a period of time to come here. And we also have this beautiful facility the town owns that they will move into, as Dr. Charette has.
Now, the new doctor here at Wasaga Beach says he hopes to have a full slate of patients in place within the next couple of months, possibly reaching 2,000 patients within a year. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Wasaga Beach.
For the past 20 years, the Andrew McKinnon Memorial Skate Park has been a concrete paradise for those who use it.
This is the oldest skateboard park in Sydney and possibly Cape Breton.
And lately, it's been showing its age. A view from above shows significant heaving and cracking in the concrete and in the asphalt. Other pieces of the park simply need to be replaced.
We've got a plan to completely rebuild the park with the professional skateboard park builder. We've been working with the province and the municipality to make this happen.
There's some kids that don't, they don't get into traditional sports, and so this unstructured play that can happen at a skate park is so important.
Robin Young has been skating in this park since moving to Cape Breton from Scotland 4 years ago. Through her day job, she has seen firsthand the impact that the sport and this kind of infrastructure can have on some youth.
With my work with girls and youth groups, I've seen the confidence that it can instill in people and the culture and the community that can grow from a skate park.
The repairs won't come cheap, but between asks to government and an online fundraising campaign that is already well underway, the folks here are optimistic that they'll reach their goal.
All told, the bill is going to come just under $500,000, and our portion of it, we're looking to raise $125,000 ourselves.
Along with individual and business donations, the Island Skateboard Association has also launched a GoFundMe. So far, it has raised more than $8,000.
At some point later in the year in 2026, we're hoping to have this thing done, and I'm pretty confident that we can make it happen.
In the meantime, he's counting on more community support so that this 2-decade-old skate park might be around for plenty more to come. Ryan McDonald, CTV News, Sydney.
You're planting a tree here. Yeah. How does that make sense?
Nancy White demonstrates where a city arborist told her a tree would be planted. The corner spot is the compromise because at first the plan was to plant in the middle of her lawn.
Here. And we explained to her that if you put a tree here that blocks the light, this isn't growing anymore. This isn't blooming anymore.
White says her pollinator garden would wither in the shade of a tree, and says with hedges and a magnolia, there's already plenty of greenery on her property.
There's not really a lot of place here for a tree.
White says she's all for more trees, but where there's room for them to grow. Sidewalk marks along Terrebonne Street indicate where trees will be planted. The city is insisting on planting a tree here, yet compromised on the size of it.
What's the smallest tree we can have? And she said a crabapple tree.
White emailed her city councillor, Peter McQueen, and borough mayor, Gracia Kasoki-Katawa, asking for an exemption to the tree planting plan.
Moving hedge to put a tree on the corner of the road, which will still eventually block light here.
In an email to CTV, the city says tree planting is part of their climate plan to add 500,000 trees by 2030. And White's tree will be planted here before the end of this year.
After running into the mayor on the sidewalk, we sent her a little follow-up, but haven't heard back, so I don't know if maybe she's passed along anything to the tree department, but we're really kind of at a loss.
And as much as she loves trees, she says there's no room for one here. Christine Long, CTV News.
A corral of Corvettes paraded around Windsor Regional Hospital's Met campus. Their engines rumbling for a reason far greater than speed.
We started the parade during COVID, and we decided to continue that tradition. So it's very nice to be able to do that to support the hospital patients as well as the workers.
Each year, the club raises money in support of the hospital's pediatric oncology unit. Today, members delivered on that promise with a record-breaking $40,000 check presentation, celebrating another successful campaign to help kids and families facing tough battles.
I was a physiotherapist, so I had a young boy that I treated with a brain tumor for about a year, and so it is near and dear to my heart for sure.
We're so appreciative of everything that the Corvette Club has done for us. To be able to provide care within Windsor, Essex, instead of a lot of these families having to travel on the 401 and go up to London to receive care is absolutely amazing for our families.
The parade tradition isn't just about cars, it's about community.
I can't imagine the stress that they feel every single time their child is sick or has to go on a routine treatment and come to our facility, and knowing that they can probably drive 15 or 20 minutes within Windsor, Essex, rather than having to drive up the 401 to London is incredible.
From waving patients and families at the windows to the pride on display from club members, it's a rolling reminder that compassion can come with chrome and horsepower.
It's wonderful. It really just shows the support of the club, and the patients love to look out their windows and see the parade and know that that support is coming to them from the community.
The Corvette Club says it's proud to share their love of cars and keep this annual tradition revving. In Windsor, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
Curveballs for cancer care.
In July 2023, I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
With her husband Alan by her side, Erica Bazaire started treatment at Sarnia's Blue Water Health.
We ended up going through a couple of surgeries, chemo over 5 months, I think 16 treatments of chemo, 20 treatments of radiation.
With Erica now cancer-free, Alan, the head coach of the Lambton Lions, wanted to pay back Blue Water Health and his community. He decided to host a fundraiser for the hospital's newly renovated and expanding cancer clinic.
The care that Erica received was, they're all saintly people in there. So it was a no-brainer to try and just pay it forward.
The hospital is 60% of the way through transforming former office space into a $5 million clinic. It's being funded by Lambton County residents through the Blue Water Health Foundation.
This really is a space that is designed for accessible, private, respectful cancer care within our hospital. A lot of the ideas and designs came from feedback from patients and their loved ones.
The initial fundraising goal for this event was between $2,000 and $3,000. But when the community jumped on board, the final total will be close to $50,000. These stands were packed with people wearing pink, and a pregame ceremony featured a first pitch by Erica's oncologist, the Health Foundation, and the event's major sponsor. The Lions thrilled the crowd with a sweep of the doubleheader, with those in attendance donating towards quality local health care.
We really are lucky that we have Blue Water Health in our community. It's the heart of our community, and more people are able to access their cancer care and treatment close to home.
The clinic will be complete by the end of next year.
We went through a lot as a young family. It's a way to say thank you and a way to help future cancer survivors get great care close to home.
Brent Lale, CTV News.
Team Broadway delivers a message about friendship, perseverance, and passion in the face of adversity at the Luncheon of Hope. Catherine Reeford is a brain cancer survivor, and Craig Ramsey is her best friend.
Craig was the one that made me go to the hospital, and that's when I discovered I had terminal brain cancer. I was given 2 to 6 years to live. It's now 12 years past. I had an awake craniotomy, proton therapy, and 4 different kinds of radiation.
Our friendship is really special, and we hope that everyone has a Catherine or a Craig in their life, because we put ego aside and we're there for each other unconditionally.
Catherine says Craig also helped her have the courage to leave an abusive relationship. Over the past 27 years, the luncheon has raised over $1.1 million to help support the purchase of specialized breast cancer equipment and fund research. Officials with the HSN Foundation say moving forward, the event will support all areas of cancer care and research.
Clinical trials is a big part of the work that we do and fundraise for at Health Sciences North Foundation. So bringing all cancers together really allows us to focus on the system of care for all cancer patients.
Team Broadway won the Amazing Race Canada in its 8th season and hope their story serves as an inspiration.
My message is you need to do what you need to do, and you need to do what you can do, and when somebody says you can't, you can do it.
I hope that today brought a lot of joy and laughter, yet a lot of power, and teaches people to invest in their friendships and their chosen families.
Organizers say the luncheon is also designed to convey a message of hope. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
While most people simply see bubbles, Dasha has paused her daily walk to appreciate them as something more magical.
It's a fairy tale.
A fairy tale filled with soapy sprites that have the power to make this almost 90-year-old feel like she's younger than 9 again.
It's fantastic. It's really bringing me back to my childhood.
If the bubbles are magic, then Caleb Essex must be a magician. But he says he's not.
It's nice when it's sunny and you can get out and enjoy the weather.
Well, perhaps you'll think Caleb is a chef after he reveals his bubble recipe that begins with soap and water.
And the secret ingredient is guar gum, which is a food additive thickener for sauces and things like that.
But Caleb's no cook, and guar gum is not responsible for the bubbles unsticking the negativity David says he sees on the news and replacing it with positivity.
I'm not thinking about anything when I'm watching bubbles. I'm just appreciating the color and the shape.
And falling under the spell of this kaleidoscope of color must be magic. But Caleb cites science.
And so the light will enter the side of the bubble and bounce between the layers, and then depending on how thick the bubble is, it will give different colors.
But Caleb is not a scientist, and although his audience seems entranced, he's not a busker.
Just come to spread the bubbles.
This is just a hobby that Caleb and his sister had so much fun doing together, they decided to share it with others.
And it makes a lot of people happy and brings a smile to their face, so why not?
Because you don't need to wield a wand or recite a spell to make other people's days feel, if just for a moment, like magic. Adam Sawatsky, CTV News, Victoria.